Hi everyone. Today's topic is how you can get a job without experience, without actual job experience. So this case, you are a new grad, or you are still in the college, or you are in the final year, or you are new to business analysis. Currently, you are doing some other job like testing, some other jobs. Oh, like you are working in a restaurant, or you are working in a gas station, or whatever job you are currently doing, you want to get into IT, um, and you want to land in a business analyst job. So how you can make this happen? So you need to understand what actually a business analyst is doing, right? Where they are working, what skills are required. So I have created some question here and with some example answers. Let's try to understand so that this will be very easy for you to prepare, create your portfolio and create your resume and for your job interview. Okay. So first, all business analysts are working on an IT project, right? So business analysts are hired for IT project. Maybe it's a temporary project, 3 months, 6 months, or long-term project. So business analysts technically hire to do business analysis for an IT project. Okay. So first, you must understand what is an IT project. So IT project is when a company builds a software. So IT project is referring to the software development. So why companies are developing software? To solve a customer problem, right? So here this example, I'm not sure if this big enough. Let me try to make little bit. So instead of going to a bank, you deposit a check using a mobile app, right? Remote deposit. That mobile app is a part of an IT project. So that mobile app, the check deposit feature, developed in an IT project, right? So second question, why do companies create IT projects? Can't they hire more people? Can't they do manually, right? So let's take a look. Companies create IT projects to save time because softwares are softwares can do boring job or repetitive tasks efficiently, and also it's very um, within less time, and also cost reduction also, right? So that's why companies want to automate or bring technology into business workflows. Second one, reduce manual work. So let's say in a financial institute, daily per day, 10,000 check deposits are coming to the branch, right? So to handle this 10,000 checks, how many staffs we need, right? A lot of staffs are required. So there will be so many manual work, and there are so many errors. But if you give a self-serve system can validate. Even user will enter the right amount and do the right way, upload the right check, right? So second one, reduce manual work, any automation. Improve customer experience. How customer experience? So let's say I'm working 9 to 5. Usually banks open 9 to 5 too, right? I need to deposit this check um, like by today, or I need money somewhere today, or I need to pay to a customer tomorrow, right? So these are the some use cases. But if I'm working 9 to 5, bank close at 5 o'clock, I'm, I'm not able to deposit the check. Maybe I need to take a half day, I need to go to the bank or during lunch break or something. I have to make some arrangement. So this is time consuming. But if I if the bank offers remote deposit, right, I can deposit check 24/7, right? After work or during my lunchtime, it won't take much time, like 1 minute, right? Take front and back side of the picture, I can upload it. Right? So that's the power of automation. Okay. So example, check deposit using phone, no waiting in the bank line. So let's understand this project a little bit more deeper. What is a check deposit system? It is a mobile banking feature where user can deposit checks by taking photo. How does this system work? Simple flow. User logs into mobile app, selects deposit check, enters amount, upload check image front and back, system check details, confirmation message is shown. So very simple flow. You can try. So if you don't have a check, you cannot try. But otherwise, you can just go to open your mobile banking, open a check deposit, and you can try without submitting a check how the screen looks like. But if you have actual check, you can check it out these steps. So the next question, what problem is this solving? Right? Before, if you don't have this feature, customer has to go to the bank, right? They have to stand in line. So now deposit from home 24/7, right? That's the problem this automation is saving. That's the solution automation is giving. So what does a business analyst do in this IT project? Who is business analyst? Let's understand. Business analyst, usually we refer BA, is a person who understand the business needs, explain them to the technical team. So what is the business need? The bank payment manager or director or head of the payment is coming up with an idea to provide a better customer experience, to build remote deposit feature, right? This one, right? So who can capture this requirement? So what does a business analyst do? This project in the check deposit, BA will talk to the bank stakeholder. The person is in charge for this functional flow. Understand how check deposit should work digitally. Write requirements, create user stories, help developers and testers. So understand how the check deposit flow should work digitally and capture those requirements, convert it into user stories, and help developers and testers clarify requirement and testing. So what tool does a business analyst use? A BA commonly used like Jira, Confluence. Jira is to write user stories, track tasks, manage progress, this kind of thing. Okay. Let's understand what is a requirement. Requirement is what the user wants. So who is user? The person who is using the feature or functionality. So for example, user should be able to upload check image. So this is a user story, right? This is a requirement. So next we'll understand what is a user story. User story is a simple way to write the requirement. So you capture the requirement here. User should be able to upload check image. When you write it as a user story, how you can write this one? You are writing from user perspective. The same requirement, let's write in a user story. As a user, I want something so that I can get value. This is the format. So example, as a customer, I want to upload check image so that I can deposit online. What is a that is acceptance criteria? So acceptance criteria is definition of done of that user story. Example, condition to check if the feature is working, right? Example, user can upload image. System accept valid file. Error shown if message is unclear. So how IT project works, let's understand what are the steps in an IT project. Requirement gathering. So from stakeholder, BA will gather requirement and BA will work with design team to create a design me if new screen should be created, right? Like front image, back image, there is a button, is there any validation, dark background, how the UI, user interface should look like. That's a design, right? And also the backend architectural design, front end design, architectural design, and everything design phase. And once you're done, you'll write requirements, user stories, and developer will start develop, tester will start test, and it's go to customer. So this is pretty much the software development life cycle for the IT project life cycle. Where does BA work most? So they're asking in SDLC or like in IT project. Requirement gathering. These are the main area of business requirement gathering. Sometimes business analyst help in testing and supporting development. Supporting development, it's not uh, BA is coding. So clarify requirement, remove dependency block, those kind of things. Okay. How to practice like a real BA. So if I am a new grad, how do I practice? This question you have, right? So step one, understand one project, like example, check deposit. Write 5 user stories or BRDs or system requirements. Practice explaining the flow, how the flow works. Learn basic tools. Like after you learning, and don't come back to the project. I would recommend you first create your resume. Yesterday we discussed how to create sample resume, ATS friendly resume. First you design your resume and then you start your mock questions. Then you can keep on learning because getting a job interview is not straightforward. So it's going to take a few months. So while you're applying, you can learn. So I see most of students first they learn, then they start applying. So I would say first you understand what BA doing and where do you want to work, your domain and everything. And then you create your resume by looking at the job description. Then you keep on applying, and while applying, you can practice too. So mock interview preparation. How do I answer? Tell me about your project. So this is related to the check deposit project. So I worked on a check deposit system where user can deposit checks using mobile app. My role as a business analyst was gathering requirement, create user story, and support testing. What is your role? What was your role? I understood business needs, wrote user stories, and ensured the system meet required. What challenges did you face? One challenge was validating check images. We need to ensure the image is clear before processing, right? How did you write user stories? I followed a simple format and add acceptance criteria to define expected behavior. As a user, I want so that's the format it's talking. How to get a job, right? So I don't have experience. How can I get a job? Is the question, right? You don't need a real job. You need one project. clear understanding, confidence in explaining. So what should I do daily? Practice speaking, improve answer, apply for jobs, use LinkedIn to connect with recruiters. So actually, secret to success is keep it simple, your resume and your answers. Practice daily, focus on one project. So IT project build real systems. So BA connects business and tech. One project is enough to start. So practice make you confident. Okay. Thanks everyone. I'll see you guys in the next video.